Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. My name is Tanika. For those of you who are new, for those of you who have been here before, welcome back. There's nobody in here, so I'm not going to ask if you can hear me. Hopefully, when people join, oh, now there's one person. If you can hear me, please drop a one in the chat. This is going to be quick because I'm waiting on my grocery delivery. Well, whenever the groceries get here, and they're due from 2 to 4. But I just wanted to jump on because I know last month or this month we did the first Sunday we did a Zoom meeting, and I was like, maybe we make it a tradition or at least a habit. So if anybody is interested in the Zoom again, for next Sunday, which I believe is the 3rd, I will set one up and we can chat. Or it might be Google Meet because I think I just got to figure out. I had trouble with the Zoom. Like I paid for so it wouldn't time out at 40 minutes, but then it kept timing out. So I have 3 emails and I have to remember which email I used to pay for it. And then I have to remember to create the Zoom with that email. Anyway, that's back office admin stuff. If you're interested is the key point, and then we'll figure out those details later. So I was thinking 3:30 next Sunday, which is it's the 3rd. Sugar Bear will be, how old will you be? You'll be 9 months. A week from today. That's crazy. He's down here. I'm sure you hear him. Yes. Say hi. Say hi. How are you doing? You say hi to your internet aunties. Say, I've been busy, ladies. I have learned to crawl officially. He started crawling at 6 months. He started doing the commando crawl, but he's crawling for real. And he follows me everywhere, even to the bathroom, which is okay because then now he knows about the potty. So it all has a plan, but he follows me everywhere, don't you? Everywhere I go. You want to go with me? He hangs out in the kitchen with me and helps me make stuff. We've been trying all different foods and whatnot. So we made, tell me why I was up at like 7:45 in the morning. Not last week, but week before last, making salmon cakes 2 ways, running around the kitchen like I was on an episode of Chopped or Top Chef or something. But he loved them. Made for interesting exit, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that was fun. We just been having a good time. He's been enjoying swimming last week. There's only 2 students in the class last week. The other one didn't show up, so he got like a private lesson for the price of a group session, which was good. He's had a bit of a persistent runny nose, and we're basically still in our pajamas. Like, here's his pajama leg, here's my pajama leg. So it was a week, even though it was only 4 days of work. It was a week when I tell you they got all of their money's worth. And I had brought my laptop home. Well, I usually bring my laptop home, but I brought it home knowing I have work to do. So I am back in the thick of work. I feel like it was a nice ease in session, and now they're like, here's all your stuff. So that's been interesting. Oh, there's comments in here. Hey, Mrs. Living in Hope. Hey, S. Oliver. Oh, I'm glad you caught it live. Hello to you and Dira. I hope I'm saying that right. He's here. I'll show you guys some of the photos I get because I send his daycare photos to my mom every day, whether she wants them or not. She gets them. Let me see. He's having such a good time. Where's his? They were playing peekaboo with him. There. Can you guys see that? They're playing peekaboo and doing a story, which, as most of you know, I'm sure, helps with object permanence. Things go away and they come back. There he is painting. He made me a cute Valentine's Day, not a card, a plaque, I guess, whatever. Anyway, it was cute. I felt bad because I didn't empty his whole backpack, so I didn't see it till 2 days later. So note to mom, empty the backpack. Luckily, there was not homework due. He's not at that age yet, but lesson learned. He's holding himself up. I think I told you guys that. He pulls himself up and he holds himself and then he'll let go. He can definitely hold himself up with one hand. Hey, Latundra. I'm trying to get to everybody. Sunday Zoom meeting, great idea. I have a project I'm working on for the next 2 months. But okay, cool. So we'll do a Zoom then and I'll drop it in. I'll get all the back end sorted out on my side. Yeah, so I've been MIA, but I've been super busy. It's not that I've not wanted to talk to you all. I just have not had the time. I'm barely keeping up on all my YouTube channels that I like to watch. But yeah, it's all is going well. Breastfeeding continues. The struggle is always real. I feel like no matter what, when you're working and you're breastfeeding, there's going to be a struggle. So just something, I don't want to discourage anybody because it definitely is possible. I just want to be realistic with you guys. I feel like there's a lot of posts out there that are like, it's fabulous, it's wonderful, it's easy. It is wonderful, it is fabulous. It is not easy, at least not for me. Maybe, other people that's their real experience and it's gone perfectly. But like from pump parts not working, like I've just ordered more tubing. This will be my third order of tubing for the breast pump that I keep at work. I have the Spectra at home. The Spectra is like so painful though. I don't want to take it to work because I don't see myself pumping with that 3 times a day. I do it twice a day here, but to add another one, I did get these, I'm looking at it right here, the silver nipple rings, which seems to have improved, help improve the condition and reduce the soreness. But the Spectre is like a plastic flange and it doesn't move, where like the other one I have is silicone. So I think I've said all this before, but if you're new or you haven't seen it, or if you're watching it on replay and can't ask questions, I'm just going to explain it. It collapses around the areola and the nipple, so it's just more comfortable and I can tolerate higher suction there versus the Spectra, which is just, it's very hard and it's dragging the nipple through with this when you increase the suction. So it's just more of a drag. So yeah, and I think I'm gonna finally break down. Oh my God, drum roll please for everybody who's antagonized me about this. I am gonna get a wireless pump or a walk around pump. Not because I'm gonna take it to work. I'm not walking around with those things attached to my boobs. And no offense to anybody who hasn't, I just have very large boobs to begin with. So, and my clothes are form fitting. So it's just going to be like very visible. So I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to go buy a whole new wardrobe of clothes to accommodate wearable pumps. But I'm going to get it for home. I had this offsite with other employees, and one of the moms was telling me that she has been using it. She was like, she had it on when she was giving her daughter a bath, and she was like, "You have to be careful because it'll spill over." And I'm like, "That's the same with the Spectra." However, because he is so active now, that will help me. Like, I don't really the 4 a.m. feeding, obviously he's asleep, so I can sit in the bed for that one. But like the evening pump when I get home, he's not here for me sitting attached to this pump, and he's wants to play and wants to do other stuff and wants to get into stuff. And so I gotta kind of follow his lead in that regard. So I'm gonna get the portable and see how that goes. Now, maybe I was gonna say, well, I go to the grocery store, but who am I kidding? I don't go to the grocery store. Maybe I'll go for a walk in the park with it and I'll leave that. But I don't know. That just seems extra. But I will use it around the house. So that way, I can do laundry. It's efficient. I'll say it that way. I can do laundry and move around while the pumping is happening. And yeah, mainly because I don't want to reduce my supply. Like yesterday at work was so busy and I had a presentation. First of all, I had a presentation to my boss's boss, and I only had 7 minutes to review it with my boss for the whole week. Obviously, the offices were closed on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, he was out. And then Thursday, neither of us had time. So 7 minutes on the day of the presentation, I had to go over things with him. So I was stressed. It went fine. Like after it was over, I was like, I have to remind myself, like, I know what I'm doing. I know my job. I understand the assignment, but it's just that I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I was freaked out. My anxiety was getting the best of me, and I was very glad when it was over. I'll say it that. But yeah, so just having said all that, long story long, it impacted my pumping because I was like, I pumped for 30 minutes, but I was also stressed. So I have like videos that I watch of Sugar Bear to help stimulate the letdown, which usually works. But I sat in there for 30 minutes and I maybe got like an ounce total because my head was not in the game. So all of those things. I think all the tools that you need for breast pumping, whatever is available. Hey, be good to all. How are you? Whatever is available to you, like leverage that and don't feel no type of way, as we say back home. You got to do what you got to do. Life gets busy, running off to a meeting. Okay, see you later. I definitely will take care of myself and the baby. Yeah, so it's good though. But like I said, he will be 9 months on Saturday, and we are 9 months going strong with the breastfeeding. The plan is to go a year, and I'm going to be meeting with Dr. McConnell about IVF, Miracle Baby number 2. And I'm hoping she doesn't say I have to stop nursing in order to go through the next cycle. If she does say that, then I have to decide. I think the preference is he's here, he should be taken care of. Let me feed him until he's 1, and then we start on number 2. We'll see. If that's not an issue, then I'll probably start when he's 10 months. It's only a 2-month difference, right? But I can do all my prep work now. I am reaching out, or I have reached out to a new immunologist. Oh, let me say also, for anybody who's on the replay crew, I will leave the live chats on, so you'll be able to play it. If you just click on chat, even though you're not watching it live, you'll be able to see the chat as it happens. In case there's something I didn't put on the screen, you can see the conversation, and just drop a blue heart in the comments so that I know that you came by. I always appreciate the replay crew. So yes, new immunologist. Love Dr. Thornton. It's the administrative part of that office that I really don't like. And I talked to another mom who also went to Dr. Thornton, and is also thinking about a second baby. And she said she would definitely go back. One, I just found the admin to be unprofessional. And when I raised the concern, I felt like I was gaslit a little bit. The video is on here where I talked to the doctor, like the head doctor, about it. Vidalia, you take a look and you see it for yourself, if you feel like it was gaslighting. But there was no apology for the unprofessionalism, and it was more like I might have been misinterpreting it. What was going on was she was bad-mouthing my insurance company. Right now, I've had the insurance company longer than I had the doctor, and then she was unwilling to submit things like, oh, the insurance always denies it, so I'm not going to submit the appeal. Like when I was going through for the IVIG, like the insurance had said they would definitely cover the nurse to come to my house, but then there was a dispute about the IVIG, if they were going to cover it or not. She wouldn't give me a price if they wouldn't cover it, which was another issue. Like I need to know the price to decide if I'm going to pay it out of pocket, right? Or if I need to push it. And when she said the insurance never approves these, I was like, so are you saying that someone at my company with the same insurance plan has gone through this and they denied it, right? Because when you say insurance never approves it, it has to be this exact use case. It can't be like random insurances around the world with different employers, right? So I just felt like it was difficult. And then she would say like, oh, well, they haven't gotten back to me. She just really, I'm always leery when one professional organization badmouths another professional organization. Like whatever history you all have together, it's none of my affair. And I don't actually care. Do you know what I mean? Like it's my insurance company. So you're going to say horrible things and then I have to still have them. Like, I don't know what your point is, So anyway, long story to say that I am going to go to an immunologist that my acupuncturist recommended and who I trust. And she has had other patients who have had successful outcomes. So we'll see what that looks like. Also, I was going to say the other thing. They would not give me claim numbers so that I could submit things to my insurance, like work that had been done. I don't know if claim numbers is the right, but if you're in insurance, you know better than I do. Like whatever that little number is to see if it's going to be, why am I drawing a blank? You guys know what I mean. If it's going to be covered, they wouldn't submit it. And then they were like, well, it's probably not going to be approved. Now, this is not even the secretary. I think it's the whole office that has this, but it was like the insurance claims administrator, whoever submitted it. Then they were like, well, you need to give us the EOB and then we'll decide if we're going to give you the codes. And I was like, I can't give you an EOB because you haven't submitted it to the insurance and I haven't submitted it to the insurance. So there's no like great ether where things just hang out and the insurance grabs it and says, oh, we're going to explain your benefits to you. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to give me something for them to deny so that I can appeal. Or they might just accept it, but we don't know if we don't give it to them. So that was also frustrating. Like to this day, there's still one that they didn't give to me. And you might be like, oh, it's not a big deal because your insurance might not have covered it. But if I paid for it out of pocket, I want that to go toward my overall deductible, right? Because the way my insurance is like I max out at a spend. It might be like 3,000 out of pocket. I think it's 5,000 now that I have a dependent, but I don't have to pay more than 3,000 out of pocket. So even if, well, long story short, or long story long. It's just give me the paperwork. Do you know what I mean? Like, let me deal with the insurance. I'm not asking you for anything special or extra other than to show that I had these services and that this is due and owing or has been paid. A CPT code. Thank you, S. Oliver. Good Lord. I don't know why. Hey, Miss Kathy. Yes, we are. I am here. I commented on one of your other things and I was like, let me go live. Like, my hair is not combed. I'm waiting on the groceries, but I was like, let me go live and talk to folks. Although this might be, this is Amazon. My order is out for delivery. Let's just see how far away they are. Because when they get here, I gotta go. Hey, Sugar Bear, are you coming back over here? I'm 3 stops away, and they're still in the Bronx. But yeah, so I'm just at a place in my life. I don't have patience to like explain people like how to do their job or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like as a patient, I'm asking you for the billing. I'm asking you for the details about like what I'm being charged. I don't feel like that's too much to ask. Like you guys let me know. Am I being too entitled? I should have something to submit to my insurance. Whether or not they are going to pay it is between me and my insurance, right? If they don't pay it, I will pay you. But I don't understand why we're refusing to even give me a form that I could submit to them. Do you know? And they're like, well, we're not in network for insurance. But okay, that's great. But I also have an out of network option. So I should be able to submit that. So at least it can go against my deductible, even if they don't cover it. Do you know what I mean? Like they'll know that I paid this out of pocket. So I'm not overpaying. Like y'all messing up my taxes, y'all messing up my Cheerio money. You know how I feel about that. Right. Where's the harm with them submitting something and your insurance company doesn't take it? Just try and see what happens. Exactly. Instead of telling me, oh, the insurance is going to deny it. Like, even if they are going to deny it, then I have a right for an appeal. He just turned this TV back on. Let me see, baby. Okay. Well, you play with that part. I'm going to take the batteries part and mute this. Okay. Yeah, so it was just not, I just didn't find it productive and it wasn't a relationship that I wanted to continue. And also I couldn't talk to Dr. Thornton directly. I had to go through the unprofessional admin. So I don't even have a way to give him this feedback. Like I had given her that feedback and then the head guy called me and that's when he was gaslighting me like I probably was misunderstanding even when I explained to him what happened. Like, so if he thinks it's okay and he's running the joint, like I am not going to, it's just not. Um, I did ask for the super bill. So there's still one to this day they haven't given me. And then I noticed there was one, so they have a separate company, ReproSource, and somehow I missed a payment with ReproSource. I didn't see it. It's not electronic, it's like paper bills. And this service was provided in 2022 and 2023 and they submitted something for a claim just last month in January. So it was something I hadn't paid for. So now you're willing to submit it to insurance after I'm delayed in paying it. Like, what is the harm in you just submitting it to the insurance or giving me the super bill so that I can submit it as a at a network and then whatever's left over, if it's all, I'll pay for it. Like I just didn't understand the resistance. Right, they're getting paid either way, either from insurance or me. So yeah, it was just, it was frustrating and I was pregnant and I was like, it's not the end of the world. Cause at that point I was like, my baby is on board. And I finally did get approved for the IVIG, but by the time they approved it, and we had pushed my start date for my transfer back based on these shenanigans, by the time they approved it, so this was in 2022, I'm trying to think, we had a lot going on. We had the Olympics about to start and something, whatever it was, I then did not have like the 3 hours to sit and get these infusions. So we did the Plaquenil, core whatever that is, I can't remember. The COVID drug is what I call it, but Plaquenil I think is the brand name. Why am I? Oh my God. It's the one that Trump used to talk about at the beginning of the pandemic. Anyway, I used that instead, and I used the what do you call it? The omega 3s. I think I discontinued the ubiquinol like in 3 months. The omega 3s are what I took the longest, and the baby aspirin. But we'll see. I don't imagine, and this other doctor is slightly cheaper because they do the blood work, and I say slightly cheaper, it's all relative. First consult is 3,000. If I move forward, then they do testing and everything else, and that's 2,000. But with Braverman, it was like 3,000 for the consult, and then you had to go and pay a separate company, their own company, which I found it. One of you guys told me later that they had founded it, the Repro Source. Had to pay for that testing. And then at the end, like you pay 2,000 up front, and then I think you pay 1,000 to actually get the report, which is like, well, why would I just want to be tested and not get a report? But listen, you run your business how you run your business. And so anyway, it's a little bit less expensive, and hopefully there's not this like back end paperwork. Because I mean, things are going to be tighter now, right? I actually have a dependent. I can't be fooling around with like insurance claims and whatnot. And the way I think most companies are like that, but you guys let me know because I haven't worked at most companies. But I am now in the family bracket for insurance. Like it doesn't have one for one parent, one child. It moves you from single to family. So like it could be a husband and some children in there, which I feel like they should have it just for like if you have one child. What if you have like a child support issue or whatever? You know what I mean? But listen, that's just me. I understand corporations have to make money. Um, Leave a Yelp review. They'll I didn't even think about that. I should definitely do that. Oh my God. Yeah, they were hotmess.com. So all of that to say, I'm on a new path. I've is it reached out? Yeah, I think that's the right conjugation. I've reached out to Dr. McConnell to get an appointment, and I've reached out to this new doctor, Dr. Scher, SCHER, not like the Share Fertility Clinic, to get going on that. I know one of you guys had mentioned before that, who I think it might have been Tamika TTC, but don't quote me on that, that some doctors recommend that you stop breastfeeding before you start a cycle. Although I've seen people on these YouTube streets be pregnant and breastfeeding. So I'm not sure if that's like specific to IVF or what. You got the hiccups? You got the hiccups? Is that a hiccup? Hiccup. Oh my God. He's growing so fast, you guys. It's so crazy. He is crawling, pulling up, standing up without holding on. I think he's gonna be walking soon. But yeah, he goes for his 9 month. Actually, it must be not this week, but the week after, right? Let me just double check for his 9 month appointment because you know what? I probably have to go into the app. I have too many calendars. Key John, somebody's birthday is on the 4th, so yeah, it's not on this calendar. But he's got to have his checkup and probably some shots or whatever. But he's doing well. I think like he has swooned the ladies in the daycare because he's like when they do the group things, he's on the lap for the stories. Wait, let me see if I can find this. They were doing. Hold on. Oh my goodness, too many pictures. There. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay. See, he's on the lap. It was National Pet Day, so they had to take a stuffed animal in. So there she's reading him a story. And then there was, because they had 2 exercises around it. And there he is with the stuffed animal he brought in. So they were using that as an example of like pets and for the kids to talk about their pets and like how pets are good for you and all that. And then they were reading a book about like just different animals in general. But in all the pictures, like there's a lot of, and maybe it's just because that's the pictures they choose to send, but then there's just a lot of like direct interaction with him. So they love him. They're like, oh, he should be a baby model when I go pick him up. I'm like, no. But yeah, so he's been having a good time. Just it's crazy how fast that they grow and develop. Hey Alexandria or Alexandra, sorry. They wanted me to wean number 1 before they did transfer number. Okay, that is what someone else said, but I think it has something to do. What is the hormone when you're nursing that is increased? That is not. I'm thinking lack something, but that's not right. I know one of the hormones are up though when we are nursing. I had weaned at 6 months because of low supply anyway, so it wasn't gotcha, okay. Yes. Exactly, I think he's the teacher's pet, they like him. And also, he's only one of 2 boys in the class, it's all the rest of them, so there are 8 kids in there, 2 teachers, only 2 boys, so, the 6 others are girls, so I think also the boys probably get a little, like, because just for being different. Um Yeah, so oh my God, why you know what? It's funny because people reach out to me for stuff about fertility, and some of it is just blank for me because I haven't been in that part of the world for a minute. I'm gonna have to read up because normally I would be able to like rattle these things off. Yeah, but I either way, he's already here, and so he, deserves to have a full year of breastfeeding. So I'll continue until June, and then we'll figure out from there. Um Oh, thank you. And the lady there's a new teacher in there, Miss Monica, and she was like, what did she say? She was basically complimenting me about his clothes. He has a lot of the Baby Gap stuff, and I said it's only because his nickname is Sugar Bear, and Baby Gap has the bear on there. I was like, well, Polo like has it too, Ralph Lauren, but and she was like, oh no, not for daycare. Like he has a couple of pieces of that, but come on now, as fast as they grow out of these clothes, like it is. It is okay, right? Yes, it's okay. And he goes through like 3 outfits a day at the school. You want to say hi again? You want to say hi to the people? He has oatmeal all over his shirt. I don't even know if you guys can see that. But anyway, he had blueberry oatmeal for breakfast, right? You had blueberry oatmeal for breakfast? Yes, hot and fresh and sausage that you shared with Liberty. He's figured out that Liberty wants his food. So like I gave him a sausage, but I cut it long way in like 4 pieces, and he was throwing pieces over the edge of his high chair for Liberty, and she was here for it. Yeah. Oh my God, you guys, he tried to give me a kiss the other day and I burst out into tears. It was in the morning, like because I make the sound. He like put his face, he doesn't know how to make the pucker sound for the kiss. I mean the lip pucker, like, but he was making the sound like he was trying to kiss me. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. But yeah, he's hilarious. Where are you going? Where are you going? Huh? And my mom was like, I think he likes the ladies, talking about the teachers in the classroom. I was like, yeah, he's a little bit of a flirt. But he smiles at everybody. On the bus on the way in, he's smiling and everything else. Your sock is coming off. Your sock is coming off, sir. You got the hiccups still? Do you want to say hi? You're not looking. Say hi, aunties. Say hi, internet aunties. Look, who's that? Who's that handsome boy? Is that Sugar Bear? Let me see. Wait, let me see. Who's that? You don't know who that is? You don't know who that is? Okay. I'm going to let you go play. Ooh, uh-oh. No. Ooh. Sugar Bear has a blowout, so I'm going to have to go. Oh my God. Yes. I will talk to you all later. I'll try to come back after the groceries come. Love you. Bye.